Well, at least it's not a teen novel this time. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we're going to be talking about the film The Girl on the Train. Now this is a film which is based on a book which I have not read, as most of these book adaptations are nowadays. So I can't really compare it to the book. I don't know how accurate it is in that sense, so that's not what I will be talking about. If you want to see that, look for another review. Emily Blunt is the main star of this film, and she plays a woman who is a divorcee and is an alcoholic. And I thought that she gave a fantastic performance in this movie. Her character bugged me as a character a little bit, just because of just how annoyingly weak she was as a character to begin with. But as a performance, I thought that Emily Blunt blew this thing out of the park. I thought she gave a fantastic performance, showing this broken person and just the hardships which she is now dealing with in her life, and kind of how sad and pathetic it is. And I thought she just did a fantastic job in this role. But the general idea is that Emily Blunt, she basically just spends her days going back and forth on a train, and she comes up with stories for these people's lives who she sees outside the window of her train. And there's this family in particular who she just kind of sees and keeps an eye on from day to day. And when she sees something new, which she wasn't really expecting to see, and which was kind of a scandalous thing, she decides to kind of investigate a little bit more. She comes across something that she wasn't necessarily supposed to find out about, and we have our movie. Haley Bennett is also in this film. She was also in Magnificent Seven just a couple weekends ago, and yeah, she's slowly becoming one of my favorite actresses to see. A, because she looks very similar to Jennifer Lawrence, and also because she's just a very good actress in and of herself. I really like seeing her in this role because part of what the film does is that it shows us this event, and it starts out with just these three different perspectives from these three different women, and she's one of the women. And it bounces mainly back and forth between her and Emily Blunt's character. And just seeing her backstory, and she's the main one who we see focusing on kind of the events leading up to what would be her character's disappearance, and just seeing kind of her history and seeing just that type of aspect of her character. It's something very unique, and I like the way that they decided to delve into it. I thought she also did a very good job performance-wise in this movie. Rebecca Ferguson is also one of the main women whose perspectives we see throughout the course of the film. She is married to Emily Blunt's ex-husband in the film, played by Justin Theroux. Both actors do a very good job in their role. They're not in the film quite as much, but they still have a very significant role regardless. Now the main issue with this film, and it's something which is going to detract from a lot of people, I think, is the fact that it's a very, very slow moving movie. The first 30 minutes in and of itself is so slow before we get to anything significant happening, before we get to the main plot point of this girl's disappearance. And it kind of bugged me. I was kind of just waiting in theater, checking my watch, and like, oh my god, is this going to be the whole movie? I'm going to be bored for the next 2 hours. And I kid you not, after like the first half hour, there was somebody in the audience snoring because they were so bored, and it happened consistently through the movie. And so this is a very slow moving movie. It's not going to be for everyone in that regard, especially if you see it late at night like I just did. But it has such a good sense of mystery that after that first half hour, when you start to get to really the bits and the meat of the story, and trying to figure out, oh hey, did Emily Blunt's character do this crime? She is missing this certain amount of time from the night that the girl disappeared. She has this kind of vendetta against her to an extent, and it's just a very interesting mystery because you don't really know ultimately what happened until they eventually reveal what happened. And it's just a very cool way that they do it, because they're able to provide a lot of tension in that regard, and it just made for a very exciting 90 minutes. So the first half hour, very slow, kind of boring, but then once they get to the actual meat of the movie, it gets very, very good. Had me on the edge of my seat once or twice. And part of that is the reveals towards the end of the film, because there are certain character traits which you aren't aware of when you first watch the film, and then they're revealed in the last half hour of the movie in regards to how certain characters actually are, and eventually who caused the disappearance of this woman, and just certain backstories and stuff like that. It's very, very good, and I really enjoyed how it was played out. It wasn't necessarily something I haven't seen before, but I thought that it was done in a very good way, and I really appreciate how it was done. It made me hate a certain character very, very much, and I wanted to say fuck you. So guys, I ultimately did have a good time with The Girl on the Train. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot, especially since this thing has about mixed reviews on Rotten Tomatoes right now. And because the first half hour started off very, very slow. I was very concerned going into this movie. But I ultimately ended up very much enjoying it by the end of the film. Once the first half hour is done, it just takes off. Emily Blunt gives a fantastic performance in this movie. And yeah, I just had a really fun time with it. It's a very fun thriller, mystery film to watch, and I highly recommend it if you're going to see something this weekend. So, guys, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Once again, if you so choose, I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.